Hello, it's Captain Jim from the Monopoly Project. We're on Bella Vista Lakes here. We're on the Monopoly Project yacht. Every successful real estate agent has a yacht, and this is the Monopoly Project one. Unfortunately, it's the Bikini Girls' day off, so you just have me. And so we're headed out to sea. It is hot. We're in Phoenix. We're not in Huntington Beach. We're going through a historic hot spell, and so it's going to be 115. It was 118 a couple days ago. So anyway, so it's hot. We got 5 books to review for you today. They're all sort of short because I either skimmed through them or a couple of them I just stopped reading because I wasn't that interested. But the 5 books are a book on Ireland by Paul Johnson, noted historian who just passed away, I think, a few months ago. The Shores of Tripoli, which is a U.S. naval fiction novel, the first one in the series. A book called Stand, which is by a local pastor here on social issues and Christianity. A book on commercial real estate investing for dummies by two Peters, Peter Conti and Peter Harris. And finally, the 5th book we have is 100 Questions Every First-Time Home Buyer Should Ask, with answers from the top brokers around the country. So let's get right to these books, and we'll get back to you. Okay, it's Jim, Captain Jim here on the Monopoly Project yacht. We're floating on Bella Vista Lakes. We're doing our book reviews in a very hot day. Our second book here is Stand, which is subtitled Christianity versus Social Justice. It's written by Pastor Jon Benzinger, which is a pastor at the local Redemption Church, Redeemer Church, which is less than a quarter mile from our house. We did go once. We were invited there by some traveling missionaries that we met in Scottsdale. But other than that, we haven't been there. When I was there, he did preach, and he was theologically sound. And reading the book, of course, he's theologically sound. So the premise of the book is, you know, how should Christians react to the current social justice movement? You know, woke, BLM, all those things. You know, lifestyles. And he basically, obviously, he's for standing on Christian principles, even though if they go against the mainstream of the current culture, which of course is standard Christian thought. And so, I mean, from that point of view, the book is theologically sound, and I agree with its premise. And this isn't a criticism of Pastor Benzinger. My one comment on the whole situation of Christianity and the current social justice movement is, I was disappointed during the COVID thing that more pastors and priests and rabbis and even imams didn't go to jail to demonstrate their principles over this whole COVID lockdown thing. Because obviously, if the government prohibits everybody from gathering, then from a Christian point of view, you really can't object to that, because we as Christians believe in following the rules, the earthly rulers, because we believe, rightfully so, that they're appointed by God. But of course, what was going on was, when COVID was, certain activities were banned, i.e. going to church, whereas other activities, going to the gym or rioting, were not banned. So it was obviously a disparate impact issue, and it would have been better to have seen a lot of pastors stand in the doorway and go to jail. I think there was maybe one in California who did that, and a couple others were fined. And of course, so anyway, I was somewhat disappointed in that thing. And of course, that doesn't reflect personally on Pastor Benzinger. So we're going under the bridge here at Bella Vista Lake. So when your kids are on board, everybody has to hold your breath when you go under the bridge. So anyway, so I do recommend the book. Like I said, Stand by Pastor Jon Benzinger. His church is on Greenfield. If you ever want to visit, I would recommend that also. It's a good church, and it's so popular they have to have a shuttle bus to a local strip mall parking lot because their parking lot overflows. So it's a very well attended church, and very sound. So I do recommend Stand.